Well, this turned out to be a nice little trade. Look at that. Nice, 35, I think about 35 minutes. It's just 32 up there, but I think it was about 35. Who cares? Nice profit. And I did this through as over 2.5 trading. Low liability, good returns, straight up. And I've got 3 methods to this. The methods I'll be putting on Patreon. I'll give you a rough idea how I did this one. And how you can make some good returns on it, to be honest. So mainly it's all about this stat sheet, what I've got. This is what I put on Patreon, so there's quite a lot of games on this one, what come through. So I've got it set up that it picks games for us trade what we do, the over 2.5 method. This is the first one. This is one of 3 what I'll be putting out on Patreon. But basically, this gives some stats out. It gives all the chances of a goal between 50 and 45 minutes, which is ideal for us. It gives out the chance of over 2.5, which is not important, but that helps us as well. And then the main one is a chance of a goal between the game starting and 10 minutes. Because what we're doing with this one is we're waiting about 10 minutes before the game starts before we come in, because then we get a better chance. Because also these games, back tested and everything, if you just back the over 2.5, you pretty much make a good profit out of all on over time. But we want to make sure that we make more. So the best way of doing that is, for one, to get in as the price is going to be higher for you. That's why it's best to leave about 10 minutes. So we need to find teams what are more on the stats side of things, that they don't start scoring well after that time. But ideally, we'd like them to score, before half time, to make the most out of the profit. So we're not like coming out at 15 minutes like a lot of them are, but sometimes we might do if there's a goal. So that's what this does. And I don't know if you can see these green boxes. I might have had to blank these out, obviously, because these stat sheets are for the Patreon members. But the green boxes and the red boxes. Green boxes, the little ones, are giving you the games what actually finished over 2.5. Red boxes, games, what finished under. So we can start to break these down. We can look for the teams that have had the most green boxes, and then we look at the percentages in those columns, those 2, 3, and 4 numbered columns. And obviously the top one on this, it's got 100% for column 2 and 3, which is what we want, because that's with this score up to 45 minutes and chance of over 2.5. And then the column 4, which says 0, that's the chance of a goal between the game starting in 10 minutes. So that top one, that first one that's come through, is ideal. And then obviously it's not too bad, and it's last games where it played. Like I said, we don't need it to finish 2.5, because we're just looking for a goal, basically. That's all we want, just one goal, and we're out with a profit. And there's a way how we extend as profits on this one. Like I said, there's 3 methods. This is method number 1. I don't actually put in on this what we do. We just put it in increments on this first one. So, as I say, we start at about 10 minutes, wait for good profit, good odds, and then we start to break as profit. So what we do basically, say you're coming in, as an idea, say you're coming in with £15 stake, probably break it up into about 3. And then what you can do is you can wait 10 minutes, and then say every 5 minutes you can come in and put your next £5 in, and then again another 5 minutes you can put another £5 in, and that way you get better odds. Your odds round off a lot more. Doesn't seem like they do, but honestly they do, because if you come in at the start of the game with your full £15, you're not going to get as much for your money. You know what I mean? So to wait 10 minutes and also break your stake up, your all-round profits, your average profits are a lot better. But there's quite a few ways. I don't just do it that way. There's quite a few ways where I do this, better methods. So that's a free one for you to take away. If you want to come along to Patreon, I'm putting these sheets on now so you can basically, these are the best games, to be honest, what I've got the best chance. And then obviously you can cherry pick from these games. There's not only these what you see on screen. I'm not moving this sheet, but there's a lot of games on this, and this was for around about a week's worth of games. But recap on that one. If you want to do this method on your own, like I said, over 2.5, look for teams what have got a good chance of, over 2.5, not overly important. But you want to be looking at teams that don't really score in first 10 minutes, but you're wanting them to score hopefully within the half time mark. So you can research those on things like flash scores, things like that. So yeah, but other than that, if you want to make it easier for yourself and come along, and you can ask any questions as well if you come as Patreon. It's only about $3.99 if you're in the UK, and that's a month. What's that? It's price for coffee. I don't really make out outright, to be honest. It's just it takes me time up. So obviously I need a bit of money for it because it's just taking me time up when I'm making these sheets up and making the videos and everything else. So I can't do it for free, otherwise I would. But I won't have any money. I won't be able to trade. It takes me trading time up. So yeah, I only charge $3.99. I try to be as low as possible. And on top of that, you get a load of ebooks. You get access to a library of ebooks that some people are selling for £200-300, and they are. You can check that. And I'm sure you know if you've looked at them before. I have exactly the same kind of ebooks, and they're included in my price. So you can come along for a month and then go away if you don't like it. Just read the ebooks and then just go on your own. Or you can join us and read the ebooks and look at the stat sheets I send out and do some of the methods and just make it easier. Because you'll make that back. A lot of us members make more than that back within the first day of trading. So it's really worth its money. So yeah, that's $3.99 if you're in UK. I think in euros it's around about €5, something like that, I think. So yeah, why not come along and join us?